What up, bitches? It's a misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. Gotham, Fox's Gotham goes full SJW, and for those that don't know what Gotham is a show that is kind of like a prequel or a story before Batman becomes Batman in Gotham City. It's all the stuff that leads up to after his parents get killed, Bruce Wayne's parents get killed. You know, it's like kind of like a Smallville, if you will. You know, it's like stuff that goes on before Superman gets to Metropolis and shit like that. I'm a big fan of this show. I gotta admit, you know, in the beginning, when I first saw it, season 1, the first couple of episodes, I was just kind of skeptical, man. I was like, Jesus Christ, how are they gonna make this work? You know, because in the comic book, those that really follow Batman, they know that Bruce Wayne, once his parents died, he kind of went around the world studying various martial arts, becoming a master at all types of fighting styles, becoming a master escape artist, magician, detective. There's a whole lot of shit. I mean, these movies don't really give him that much justice, because if you really want to do a Batman movie, that shit would be like an official Batman movie would be like fucking like 3 hours plus, because you would have to go into all of that shit. But anyway, the thing with Gotham is that it's a non-canon story. Non-canon meaning it's not in the conventional Batman universe or DC universe. You know what I mean? Like, they can do what they want. They can change certain things, which is why I grew to accept it, because there were certain things in the show that were happening with characters that I grew up knowing and loving, that they were changing them, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, and certain things were happening to people and this and that, and I was fucking pissed, because the kid, what's his name, David Mazouz, that plays Bruce Wayne, I was like, dude, stop this bullshit. Like, your parents are dead, you need to go finish your homeschooling, then go start your training, go out in the world and everything. But then when I realized non-canon, the writers and producers were just gonna do what they were gonna do, I was like, okay, I could kind of live with it. All right, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't watched the show, because I highly recommend it. It's a good show. It's season 4 just ended. So what I'm going to talk about is something that happened at the end of season 4, and it just really put a bad taste in my mouth. Okay, so if you didn't see it, just stop this video, go watch Gotham, because I love the cast. I love Ben McKenzie. What's his wife now on the show? Well, his wife in real life, Morena Baccarin, I think that's her name. She's the girl that's Vanessa in Deadpool. Deadpool's love interest. I love her. She's hot. Brazilian chick. I love Robin Lord Taylor, the dude that plays Penguin. That's Robin Lord Taylor. Fucking love him to death. What's the Riddler dude? I love him. Cory Edward Smith, I think his name is. He's fucking amazing. The chick that plays Tigress, oh my god, she's hot. Barbara Keene, fucking beautiful. Great, all around great cast, great story. I enjoy it. Okay, let me jump into why I'm kind of pissed off. Again, this is the part where if you haven't seen this, stop, go watch Gotham, and finish season 4, then come back and watch this video. But in season 4, for those who have watched it, you've seen Ra's al Ghul die, then come back, and Barbara Keene essentially she became like a queen of the underworld in Gotham, she was running the streets, you know what I mean? She was a boss chick, you know what I mean? And she was like the head of the Sirens clique. It's her, Tigress, and Catwoman, the girl playing Selena Kyle. She's not Catwoman yet, but you know where we're going. So there was a few episodes before the season finale where Barbara Keene had become the Demon's Head. That's the leader of the League of Shadows, Ra's al Ghul's empire, I guess, if you call it. They're like a League of Assassins. So one of the guys came to Barbara Keene and said, never has a woman led the League of Assassins. You know, and I was already like, oh God, I already see where they're going with this. And certain SJW shits I'm kind of cool with, like this one, like it was light, and I could see that, because with the League of Assassins, when you look in the comic book, I believe Ra's al Ghul, and I don't know who else, but I believe that they're male for the most part. So I'm like, okay, they're doing a non-canon thing, cool. I could live with that. Then these female assassins came in one episode. They ended up killing the dudes, and they were like, oh, we want to work with you because, you know, essentially she's a female. Okay, fine. So at the end of season 4, when Ra's al Ghul gets killed again, because he comes back, the only way he can die is by if Bruce Wayne holds the knife and he drives it into him. Barbara Keene there was a big fight, and Barbara Keene wanted Ra's dead, so she took Bruce's hands with the knife in it and made Bruce stab him, so he died or whatever. So after the fight, I believe that Barbara went back to her club, went back to the club that she runs or whatever, with the other sirens and shit, with her and Tigress, I should say. And some of the guys came back from the League of Shadows and wanted to, you know, kneeled and wanted to pledge their allegiance to her, I guess. Say, hey, listen, you know, you are worthy. We want to follow you. And she says, you know what the problem is? We have to get rid of the problem. And the women come in, the female assassins come in, end up killing these dudes. The men are the problem. We're gonna get rid of all men. So that's when I felt myself cringe. I said, oh no, you can't do this. Season 5, they say, is the last season of Gotham, and it's going to be half a season too, so they're going to work in a lot of shit. I'm kind of disappointed, but I understand, because Gotham is on a high and they don't want to stretch it out. They want to kind of like be like Breaking Bad, because Breaking Bad lasted, I think, 5 seasons and they were on a high. You know, you don't want to jump the shark, so to speak. So just because of this alone, I kind of want to be done with Gotham, because now they're trying to push this shit, trying to virtue signal. I'm not a fan of that at all. You know, Barbara Keene alone, when you see her on the show and the way she purports herself, you know she's a boss chick. You know that she gets shit done. She's not taking no for an answer. A lot of the females on those shows demand their fucking respect, and they get it. Like I said, Tigress, Barbara Keene, Catwoman, Jada Pinkett Smith character, Fish Mooney. I loved her as a villain. She was made for the show. She wasn't a original Batman villain, but she was fucking amazing on that show. They made Firefly a female on the show. She's badass. I'll admit she's badass. I'll admit it was a kind of a forced diversity thing, but she's badass. I'll admit, you know. So there's no need to do this, man. And this is this forced, you know, diversity. They're gonna go in and say how masculinity is toxic and all that shit. The only thing that I take solace in is that she's a villain. But at the same time, you don't need to do this. I know it's fucking forced. I just feel it. You know how you can feel like the hairs on the back of your neck stand up? Like, I just feel like, ugh. You know, I don't know. I am looking forward to season 5, but I really want it to end because of this shit. I really don't like this. I don't know how y'all feel. Tell me what y'all think. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. That's it. Peace, bitches.